Hello and welcome back to our new video class, high class 7. So as in our previous video class, we started our topic pronouns. Yes, we started our topic pronouns, and in that pronouns topic we completed I think four types of pronouns. Yes, first type of pronoun was what? Yes, first type was their personal pronoun. Yes, personal pronoun we completed. Then what we seen demonstrative pronoun. Yes, so demonstrative pronoun, as we completed that also. Then we completed I think interrogative pronoun. So yes, we completed interrogative pronoun also, we taken into an account. Okay, so we completed interrogative pronoun also, and then I think we seen that what is meant by possessive pronouns. Yes, so we completed possessive pronouns also. So in this way we completed four pronouns kinds. So now this is the time to move on towards our next part about the pronouns, and that is nothing but the reflexive pronouns. So what is meant by reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronoun is formed by the addition of the suffix self, self. Okay, for example, my plus self. What is exactly? Myself. Yes, they, for example, your. Okay, your. So plus self, suffix self. So what is this? Yourself. Okay, yourself is the what? Yourself is the reflexive pronoun. Then again, for example, him. So him plus suffix self. What is exactly that reflexive pronoun? Himself. Okay, like that we have to convert that into the reflexive pronoun. Okay, so as we know that a reflexive pronoun is formed by the addition of the suffix self. Self is used for the singular pronoun. Okay, self is used for the singular one. Okay, or selves, selves, selves. For example, themselves. Yes, so themselves is the what? Themselves is the plural pronoun. Okay, so this is used, self is used for what? Singular pronoun, and selves is used for the plural one. To simple pronouns such as my, your, him, her, it, them, and our. So these simple pronouns are taken into account for the suffix self and for the suffix selves. Okay, so when the subject and the object of the verb refer to the same person, a reflexive pronoun is used for the object. If the particular subject is referred to the objective as the same verb, so then we have to use the same reflexive pronoun for the object also. Okay, so here the action of the subject reflects or goes back to the door on the antecedent. Okay, so for example, she looked at herself in the mirror. So she is what? She is the noun portion of the pronoun. Sorry, this is our subject. Yes, so she, her. Yes, so herself, because she is the singular one. Okay, so we have to use for that as a verb part her. Okay, or we can say that this is the object pronoun. Yes, she is the subject pronoun, her is the object pronoun. So her, self, herself. Okay, so the next example is the children helped themselves to some soap and bread. Okay, so in this sentence the children is what? The children is the subject. Okay, so for them what pronoun we have to use? We have to use them. So here them plus selves. Why we used selves? Because the children is what? The children is the plural noun. Yes, so we have to use themselves for the plural pronoun. Okay, selves. So we had written here themselves, 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 to some soup and bread. Okay, so this is exactly mean by reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun is formed by the self singular pronoun, okay, self singular suffix, and the selves plural suffix. Okay, so this is the important phenomena about the reflexive pronoun. So there is one chart, as you can see on the screen. There are certain things which are given here. So what are these? First person. So first person, if the singular and it also be personal, then we have to use I. Yes, and if first person is what we have to use suffix for him? We have to use my plus self. Yes, myself. As we know that I is the subject and my is the object. Yes, or me is the object. So we have to use my plus self. Self is because I is the singular. Okay, then next one is the second person. If the second person is singular, then the personal pronoun is you. And what we have to use here? Suffix for the you, yourself. Self is used here, yourself. Okay, then next one is if the second person is plural. If the second person is plural, then the personal pronoun what we have to use? We have to use you. And what will be the reflexive pronoun for that? Same, self, yourself. Okay, then next one is if the third person is singular. If the third person is singular, what will be the personal pronoun? Personal pronoun he. Yes, and for them what we have to use? Reflexive pronoun. We have to reflexive pronoun use here himself. Yes, we know that him is the verb part of the our pronoun. Yes, so him plus self, himself. Okay, then if the third person is about the feminine gender and it's the singular one, so we have to use here she, and reflexive pronoun is herself. Reflexive pronoun is herself. Then if the third person is singular, okay, then what we have to use? We have to use it. Yes, it is what? It is the subject part or the noun part of our pronoun. Yes, and then for itself we have to use reflexive pronoun self. So what it will be? Itself. Okay, if the third person is either masculine gender, either female gender, or any type of non-living thing or animal, then they are if the plural one. Okay, he, she and it, if they are the plural one, then what we have to do? We have to use personal pronoun for them, they. Yes, and what it will have? The reflexive pronoun they, them we have to use. Yes, them, selves, selves. Why we had taken into account selves? Because them, they are what? They are the plural pronoun. Yes, so we have to use suffix selves, selves. Okay, so this is about the reflexive pronoun. Now the next part of pronoun is the emphatic pronoun. So what is meant by emphatic pronoun? When a reflexive pronoun is used to put emphasis on a particular noun or pronoun, it is called an emphatic pronoun. So what is meant by emphatic pronoun? When we have to have the reflexive pronoun have used for put the emphasis on the particular noun, so or maybe the pronoun. Okay, so that is called as emphatic pronoun. Okay, सो मतलब जो हमारा रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रोनाउन होगा ये क्या करेगा, ये इसलिए यूज़ होता है कि हम क्या कर सके, नाउन या फिर प्रोनाउन के ऊपर ज़्यादा फोकस करें, एम्फेसिस ज़्यादा डालें, उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, इसे कहते हैं एम्फेटिक प्रोनाउन। ओके, सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल I myself am performing the puja. You yourself could ask him and clarify your doubts. Okay, so ऐसे होता है कि I और myself, your और yourself ये सब साथ में आते हैं क्या, नहीं, कोई एक चीज़ को ही यहाँ पे आना होगा। ओके, सो as we know that reflexive and emphatic pronoun cannot be used as a subject in a sentence। जैसे कि मैंने कहा ये दोनों एक साथ नहीं आते हैं, तो इसी तरीके से ये as a subject work नहीं करते हैं। reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun are never been used for as a reference to the subject, okay, or in the subject part of our sentence। Then what we have to use, myself made this cake for you। This is wrong. Yes, I made this cake for you. This is correct one, because myself is what? Myself means I. Yes, so I is the correct pronoun for here. Okay, then Tina and yourself can sit in the front row। Okay, so this is correct or wrong? This is wrong, because the correct statement is Tina and you. Tina and you can sit in the front row, in the front row। Okay, this is correct statement, because here yourself is not taken into account, because we have to focus on the particular noun part or the pronoun part, so we didn't have to take into account yourself। Okay, so then as you can see, here are the chart about the difference between the reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun। Okay, so what is meant by reflexive pronoun? A statement or a sentence where a reflexive pronoun is used would not make complete sense if you remove it। Some meaning will be lost in the sentence। So what is the meaning of these lines? These lines mean to say that a sentence where a reflexive pronoun is to be used, okay, so then would not make complete sense if you remove it। Yes, definitely, when we have to remove the reflexive pronoun from the portion of our sentence, then it cannot give any type of complete meaning। Okay, so sometime we have to lost from the sentence and sometime we have to taken into account in the sentence। Okay, जैसे कि हमने रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रोनाउन के पार्ट में देखा हिम, हिमसेल्फ, यस, हर, हरसेल्फ, और हमने एम्फेटिक प्रोनाउन के अंदर देखा कि माई सेल्फ और आई दोनों साथ में थे, तो वहाँ पे हमें माई सेल्फ क्या करना होगा, कट करना होगा। यू और योर सेल्फ दोनों साथ में आए थे, यस, सो आपको यहाँ पर भी योर सेल्फ कट करना होगा, यस, तो साथ में दोनों नहीं आते, रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रोनाउन और एम्फेटिक प्रोनाउन दोनों साथ में नहीं आएंगे। ओके, देन what is the example of reflexive pronoun here? They congratulated themselves on their success। Yes, so this is correct, because themselves या फिर कोई भी रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रोनाउन या फिर एम्फेटिक प्रोनाउन खुद आपके स्टेटमेंट में एज अ सब्जेक्ट वर्क नहीं करता है। ओके, सो यहाँ पे they congratulated themselves on their success, this is the correct statement। Okay, then next one is the emphatic pronoun। So an emphatic pronoun can be removed from the sentence and the core meaning would not be affected। So जो हमारा emphatic pronoun होता है, अगर हम इसे remove भी कर देते हैं सेंटेंस में से, तो हमारे सेंटेंस का जो कोर मीनिंग है उसके ऊपर कोई भी इफेक्ट अटैच नहीं होता है। ओके, so the statement they themselves came to invite us for their son's wedding। Okay, सो यहाँ पे अगर हम दे, देमसेल्स, सो देमसेल्स अगर हम रिमूव भी कर देते हैं सो ये यहाँ पे हमारे सेंटेंस के कोर मीनिंग के ऊपर कोई भी इफेक्ट नहीं करता है। चलिए एक बार पढ़ के देखते हैं विदाउट देमसेल्स सेंटेंस को। दे केम टू इनवाइट अस फॉर देयर सन्स वेडिंग। यस, वो हमें उनके सन के वेडिंग पर बुलाने के लिए आए थे। सो nothing have the impact on the sentence. Yes, nothing have the impact on the core meaning of the sentence if we drop the emphatic pronoun. Yes, so that's the correct. Okay, so now the next part is relative pronouns. So what is mean by relative pronouns? Pronouns that link a phrase or clause in a sentence or the statement are called relative pronouns. जो प्रोनाउन आपके फ्रेज या फिर क्लॉज के बीच में हमारे सेंटेंस के अंदर एक लिंक प्रोवाइड करेगा उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन कहते हैं. ओके, इट रिलेट्स टू द नाउन दैट कम बिफोर देम. द वर्ड्स who, which, that, whom, that, what, whose are relative pronouns. ओके, तो ये सारे क्या है? who, which, that, who, what, whose, ये सारे relative pronouns है. And compound words such as whoever, whosever, whomever, whomsoever, whatever and whichever. सो ये सारे क्या है? ये सारे भी रिलेटिव प्रोनाउंस है. कुछ ऐसे भी कंपाउंड नाउन्स होते हैं, कंपाउंड वर्ड्स होते हैं जो रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन से रिलेटेड होते हैं, तो उन्हें भी हम रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन कह सकते हैं. ओके, द रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन हु इज़ नॉट यूज्ड फॉर थिंग. आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है, यू हैव टू टेकन इनटू अकाउंट दैट रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन हु इज़ नॉट यूज्ड हियर फॉर द थिंग. ओके, इट इज़ यूज्ड फॉर अ person or people. So in this type of pronoun, who is used for person or the people. Okay, for example, I know the man who made this furniture. So in this sentence, who is used for the person. Yes, then please recheck whatever he wrote. So in this sentence, whatever is used for the person who is written here. Okay, so position of relative pronoun in the sentence is where we have to take it into account. They are usually used in the middle of the sentence. So relative pronouns are usually used in the middle of the sentence, as you can see who and whatever. So these are used in the middle of the sentence. Yes, so the relative pronoun what, who and whom can be used in the beginning of the sentence when the instance is understood. Okay, तो जब हमारा कोई इंटेंसिडेंट जो होगा वो सेंटेंस के अंदर हम वहाँ पे बिगनिंग में यूज़ कर सकते हैं. क्योंकि जब हम व्हाट, हु और whom, ये जो कुछ ऐसे होते हैं जो जिसे हम कहते हैं ना कि क्वेश्चन फॉर्म करते हैं. यस, तो उन्हें हम क्या कर सकते हैं? उन्हें हम सेंटेंस के बिगिनिंग में स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, व्हाट हैज़ हैपन्ड इज़ नॉट क्लियर. ओके, सो यहाँ पे क्या मीनिंग आ रहा है कि आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैज़ हैपन्ड. ओके, सो हु इज़ इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग दिस इज़ नॉट अनाउंस्ड. सो यहाँ पे I और we don't know who is investigating, ये भी मीनिंग आता है. ओके, सो sometimes the reflexive pronoun may be omitted. omitted means मराठी में कहते हैं वगळणे. यस, बरोबर है क्या? मैं बराबर कह रही हूँ. यस, इसे मराठी में कहते हैं वगळणे. मीन्स यू हैव टू ड्रॉप आउट. ओके, यू हैव टू ड्रॉप आउट इन द डस्टबिन. दैट इज़ लाइक द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द बुक आई एम. यहाँ पे जो विच प्रोनाउन है, विच जो हमारा रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन है, कैसे ड्रॉप आउट करना है? द बुक विच आई एम रीडिंग इज़ अ मिस्ट्री और कॉमिक और रोमांस. सो यहाँ पे जो विच है ये हम यहाँ पे निकाल के डायरेक्ट अगर पढ़ के देखते हैं तो क्या सेंटेंस लगेगा? द बुक आई एम रीडिंग इज़ अ मिस्ट्री, कॉमिक और रोमांस. सो विच निकालने से यहाँ पे कोई फ़र्क पड़ रहा है क्या हमारे सेंटेंस के मीनिंग पे? नथिंग हैव द एनी टाइप ऑफ इम्पैक्ट ऑन आवर सेंटेंस. सो समटाइम्स वी कैन ओमिट द पर्टिकुलर रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन फ्रॉम द सेंटेंस. सो द नाउन्स प्लेस्ड बिफोर द relative pronouns are called antecedent. Okay, so what is meant by antecedent? Antecedent's meaning gives this is the noun which is have the place before the relative pronoun. Okay, so that is called as antecedent particularly. Okay, the girl was picking flowers, so she was the wounded parrot. Okay, so in this sentence the girl is what? Girl is the antecedent. Why? Because the exactly relative pronoun has the after the girl, so we have to use girl as the antecedent. Okay, then the girl who was picking flowers saw the wounded parrot. Okay, so who is what here in this sentence? Who is the relative pronoun? Okay, the girl was, first of all we had taken into account was, yes, and this sentence we had taken into account who. Okay, so the in this sentence who is used for the relative pronoun. Then the girl saw the wounded parrot who was picking flowers. So this is not correct statement. Okay, this is not correct statement. Then the next is relative pronoun must be of the same number and person as its incident. Okay, so the relative pronoun must be of the same number or the same person as its antecedent. Okay, so the girl who was brave was rewarded. So in this sentence the girl के बारे में ही ये पूरा सेंटेंस है. सो गर्ल हु वॉज ब्रेव वॉज रिवॉर्डेड. ओके, देन द गर्ल हु वेर brave were rewarded. Okay, so in this sentence the antecedent is the girl who was, brave was, girl who were, brave were. Okay, so what is exactly the difference between interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun? So the words who, whom, whose, what are used as interrogative pronouns to ask questions. Okay, but these pronouns can be replaced by a personal pronoun or a noun. They have no antecedent. So in the interrogative pronoun there is no antecedent. For example, whom do you want? Who is ringing the bell? So in this sentence no one is the antecedent because interrogative pronoun are used for making the question only. Okay, but the same words when used to link a noun to the rest of the sentence are relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are having the link between the words which are used for the noun itself for making the meaning. So this is nothing but the relative pronoun. The relative pronoun refers to an antecedent, a noun or a pronoun. Antecedent may be the noun or may be the pronoun. Okay, but the antecedent pronoun is used for the relationship. Okay, so the person whom you want is absent today. So in this sentence antecedent is what? A person, the person. Okay, the next sentence he is the boy who was ringing the bell. So in this sentence the boy is what? The boy is the antecedent. Okay, antecedent of in this sentence. So in this way this is about the relative pronouns, emphatic pronoun and the particularly. Okay, so in this way we completed our pronoun topic. So that's it for this video class. We will meet very soon, and if you have any type of query you can contact to me. So in our next video class we have to go towards our adverbs part. Okay dear students, or yes, we have to take into account adverbs. Okay, So take care, good luck, bye bye, see you in the next video class with our adverbs. Okay, so take care and send it to me all these exercises. These all exercises are your homework. Okay, so take care, good luck, bye bye, see you in the next video class.